Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Massachusetts. It's the National Football League on CBS today. It's the Titans and Patriots. Welcome back to Gillette Stadium. Beautiful fall afternoon, about 60 degrees. We're ready for the Titans and the Patriots. Jeff Fisher, the head coach of the Tennessee Titans. His team coming off a 30-13 win last week at Pittsburgh. On the other sideline, Super Bowl winning head coach Bill Belichick in his fourth season. They lost 20-17 at Washington. Tennessee has won the toss, and they will receive the football. One of the most accurate field goal kickers in the league, Adam Vinatieri, ready to send it away. And Jake Schifino is back deep for the Titans. And we're underway from Gillette. Here's Schifino, who bobbles it, picks it up at the 10, gets outside. Schifino in the running room, and they grab his face mask as he's taken down an 18-yard return. And a flag on the play. Looks like Don Davis grabbed Schifino's face mask.
You're going to see Davis just get and yank. And when you yank like that and don't let go, they're going to get you for 15 instead of 5. You got to pull a hand off.
During the return, grasping the face mask, number 51 of the kicking team. 15-yard penalty and a first down.
All right, so Steve McNair, the quarterback for the Tennessee Titans, 15 of 16 last week, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. He's the most accurate passer, the highest rated passer in the league. Miller, Olsen, Hartwig, and Bennett having a solid season at wide receiver. 1st and 10 at the 41. For Tennessee, Eddie George, the deep man. Here's the pitch. George over the left side, stutter steps and goes out of bounds at the 42-yard line. Rodney Harrison ushering him out of bounds. Defensively for New England, Warren, the rookie, gets the start in place of Rick Lyle today. The linebackers, Chatham starting because Willie McGinnis has a neck injury. And in the secondary, Rodney Harrison, his first season coming over from San Diego, one of the hardest hitters in the league. 2nd down and 8 at the 43 for Tennessee. Out of the offset eye, Eddie George sets up at the 35. Long count for McNair, hands it to George, who breaks it back. And Eddie George gets to the 45. Matt Chatham making the tackle. And the last time Eddie George faced this Tennessee squad, rushed for 100 yards last season on Monday night. And Bill Belichick told us, Brent, that he expects to see a steady diet of Eddie.
Well, the Titans really want to get their running game going. A lot of people around the league think that Eddie George has lost a step. We're going to see today he's going to get a lot of opportunities inside between the tackles against this Patriot defense.
Brings up 3rd down and 5 at the 46. The Titans have converted on 40% of their 3rd down conversions this season, 20 of 50. Here's McNair, short drop underneath, and it's caught. 1st down, Derek Mason. Inside New England territory, a gain of 9 yards on the play.
And that's just a case of Steve McNair seeing his favorite go-to guy, Derek Mason, against Asante Samuel. And they like that matchup on the Titans side of the ball. You see Mason beating Samuel inside, just a little quick hitter.
Mason with 26 catches all the season. 7th-year man out of Michigan State. 1st and 10 at the New England 45. Here's McNair, straight drop. Plenty of time over the middle. Eddie George at the 40, and he's gang tackled. His forward momentum should place the ball at the 40-yard line. A 5-yard pickup. Roman Pfeiffer, first man to him.
And you saw Eddie George wide open over the middle of the ball on a check down, and that's one of the things the Titans don't do a lot of. They don't throw a lot of balls to their backs. In fact, they're near the bottom of the league when you go to throwing the ball to your backs out of the backfield, and so the Patriots don't even consider covering their backs, I think, for the most part.
Titans ranked 14th in the league in passing, averaging 219 yards per game. 2nd and 5 at the 40. Shad Meyer in motion. Here's McNair under pressure, throws a missile, and that's Mason making the grab and juking his way to the 30. A 10-yard gain, but Steve McNair got some great protection on this play.
And it's a block right there by Eddie George. You see him to flip up Richard Seymour into the air, taking him below. Big block, gives McNair time to deliver the ball outside to Mason. And that was a big-time block by Eddie George. And you talk about things that Eddie does that people don't recognize.
Opening drive for the Titans. McNair, 3 of 3, 24 yards, 1st and 10. Eddie George, and Eddie maybe to the 29. Ty Law, the Pro Bowl quarterback, coming up and making the tackle.
And I know the Titans feel like this Patriot defense is a little undersized inside. Rick Lyle, Jarvis Green, but there's still Richard Seymour to deal with, and Teddy Bruschi's all over the field. And the Patriot defense has done a nice job this season keeping this team in some games.
Brings up 2nd down and 10 at the 30. George, the single setback. Meyer in motion. Play action. McNair steps up down the field. Broken up at the last moment. Eugene Wilson, the rookie safety out of Illinois, should have had an interception.
And I think the thing that has changed most about this Patriots secondary is their speed. Eugene Wilson, part of it. A converted corner, played corner in college, and you see him react to that ball, come right out of that break, almost gets the interception. Bennett inside against Ty Law. Ty Law's right there, but gives up 5 or 6 inches to Drew Bennett, who does a great job of going up and getting the ball high. But how about Eugene Wilson and what he's brought to this secondary?
Eugene Wilson, 2nd-round pick, had 11 interceptions in his college career playing in Champaign-Urbana. 3rd down and 10 at the 30. Fans rise to their feet here in New England. They need to go to the 20 for 1st down. McNair in trouble over the middle, incomplete. McNair under all kinds of pressure. Coming hard around the corner was Anthony Pleasant.
And that pressure made Steve McNair step up in the pocket, and the ball sailed on him. We see the pressure outside pull, and Pleasant, watch the ball sail. He's got Derek Mason coming across wide open, but just went over his head. And you see the pressure outside. 3 people inside, and that's what you've got to do against a Steve McNair. You've got to collapse that pocket, rush off the edge, much like the Patriots did against Donovan McNabb and the Eagles when they had so much success.
Brings on Craig Hendrick to attempt a 48-yard field goal. Does he have enough? Yes! Hendrick is the punter, and he comes in for Gary Anderson to attempt a long field goal, and he nails it from 48. How about that? Titans on the board first, 3-0. Craig Hendrick already off to a sensational beginning to his season. He's the punter. He just nailed a 48-yard field goal, replacing Gary Anderson. He's 4 for 4 this season on field goal attempts. Patrick pass, Bethel Johnson back deep for New England. And this will be Johnson from the 8. Johnson with a good run at the 40. Bethel Johnson with a burst of speed down the sideline. Out of bounds inside Tennessee territory.
And you're going to get a chance to see Bethel Johnson, and a few of the Patriot executives told me that he might be the fastest player in the National Football League. And you're going to be able to tell he's going to get outside right here. Watch after the first hit, and watch this acceleration after the spin. After the spin is when he turns on the burners, and he goes right by the Titans.
So Tom Brady and the Patriots start with excellent field position after the 50-yard return. First down and 10 at the Tennessee 43-yard line. Antoine Smith in the backfield. Troy Brown in motion. Here's the handoff. Smith with a huge leg. Antoine Smith rumbles down to the Tennessee 24. A gain of 19. Kevin Carter gets it.
And the Patriots talked about running the ball. They need to get their run offense healthy. Look at the blocks inside. Joe Andruzzi right there with the kick-out block. Here comes the hole. Watch Antoine Smith cut back. Great vision, sees it, has his legs churning as he goes through the hole.
First down and 10 at the 24. Now Tom Brady out of the shotgun. 5-receiver package. To the sideline. Caught. David Pack down the sideline. Out of bounds. Let's quickly take you through the Patriots lineup. Brady last week, 25 of 38. 289 yards, but he threw 3 interceptions along with his 2 touchdowns against the Redskins. They've done some flopping on the offensive line. Damian Woody goes to left guard. Joe Andruzzi goes to right guard. The backs and receivers, Antoine Smith starts today in place of Kevin Falk, who is inactive because of a leg injury. First down and 10 at the 11. Tennessee, they haven't allowed a touchdown in the first quarter in 10 games dating back to last year.
And, I think that's going to be on Tom Brady. He forgot the count. He pulled away, and the center didn't hike the ball.
False start. Number 12, offense. 5-yard penalty. And then it's first down.
Defensively for the Titans, Kevin Carter, one of the great pass rushers in the league. Smith, Atkins, and Javon Kurtz, another one of the great pass rushers. Rocky Boyman had a career game last week. Kalmus and Fullerton in the secondary. Tank Williams, he will not only hit you, he will knock you out. First down and a long 15 at the 16-yard line. Brady looking. Time to throw, and this one incomplete. Christian Fourier, the closest man to the football, the tight end.
And Christian Fourier has a couple touchdown passes this year. And in the red area, Bill Belichick does a great job of getting that ball to the tight ends. Fourier had 7 touchdowns last year for the Pats. This time he's just going to run a corner route, and Tank Williams, the young superstar, second-year man, Titans all over it. I think Brady ends up just throwing it away.
Brings up second down and 15 at the 16-yard line. Antoine Smith in the backfield. They fake the reverse. Set up a screen, incomplete for Smith. Wow. And it's been a while since the Patriots have had success in the first quarter. The last time their offense scored 7 in the first was December 8th against the Buffalo Bills. Tom Brady found Donald Hayes in the end zone with the 9-yard pass. It's now 7 consecutive games without a touchdown in the first quarter. And there is an injured player on the field as we take a look at Bill Belichick and Samari Rolle.
And Gus, that screen was set up as well as anything I've seen. That was going to be a touchdown. Big part of that, the block on Samari Rolle.
Samari Rolle down. Back right after this. Welcome back to Gillette. 3-0 Tennessee with the lead. It's Samari Rolle. Went down hard.
And we talked about the wide open screen. Samari Rolle gets blocked by Joe Andruzzi right there. His ankle sticks in the turf. And you can see there was nobody around. And the pressure by Carlos Hall forced Brady to throw the ball early, but that was a touchdown. And it was nice to see Samari Rolle walking off the field. He's going in the locker room, but he wasn't limping as bad as I thought he would be.
Replaced by Andre Woolfolk. Empty backfield for Brady, gets rid of it, and the Titans blitzed. So Tom Brady on third down and 15. Unsuccessful, and here comes the field goal unit onto the field for New England. Samari Rolle walks off on his own a little earlier.
And Gus, 2 of the keys that we talked to at the very beginning of the game, we spoke to the fact that the Patriots had to give Tom Brady time. You see the pressure the last few plays cost him a touchdown. The other thing we said, you've got to get touchdowns in the red zone. Field goals aren't your friend, and here come the Pats. They were rolling, and now they have to settle for 3.
Brings on Adam Vinatieri to attempt a 34-yard field goal. It's up, and he missed it. Vinatieri had hit 33 consecutive field goals under 40 yards, fires a blank there. A disappointed Adam Vinatieri on the sideline. He missed one last week, misses one today. First down and 10 for the Titans at their own 25. Eddie George with plenty of running room. room, and Eddie George dives forward over the 35 to the 37, chopped down by Eugene Wilson after a gain of 12.
And Gus, let's go back and look at the key play on that last drive. Watch the play fakes that Tom Brady has to do right inside, and then on the reverse. Carlos Hall, if they could have just held him up for another second, Brady could have completed that screen pass. Look at this. Even you could have scored, Gus, on that one.
First down and 10, though, for Steve McNair and the Titans at the 37. Here's Eddie. And Eddie George leans forward, gets to the 39. Ty Warren, the rookie out of Texas A&M, starting today in place of Rick Lyle, makes the tackle.
And Ty Warren's going to have a big job today. He's got to go against this Tennessee offensive line. It feels like they manhandled this Patriot team last time they played him last year, and they're going to go right at him inside between the tackles. We've seen a lot of Eddie George thus far. Ty Warren and company are going to have to hold their ground inside that interior defensive line.
Second down, 8 at the 39. Derek Mason, the motion man. Quick strike, Mason. Trying to get outside and does. Mason slips. Loses an edge close to the first down marker. And Justin McCarron's delivered a beautiful block, springing Derek Mason.
And you're going to always find Rodney Harrison in that backfield. Watch 37. He's going to be right there. Here comes the block. Bang. Maybe a little bit of a block in the back. But Justin McCarron's sticking his nose in there and getting Rodney Harrison and getting him pushing by the play, allowing Mason to get up and get close to that first down.
Brings up third down and 1 at the 46.
That's right.
Eddie George, the single setback. Here's Eddie looking for one. Lowers his shoulder. I don't think he got it. The Patriots line holding. Leading the way, Rodney Harrison.
And a nice job. And Rodney Harrison is one of the best run blitzing safeties there is in the league. And he's always in there. And you think the blitz is against the pass. But they use Rodney to blitz against the run. And I think they're going to be probably, depending on this mark.
There they got it.
They're going to give it to him. I thought it was awful close. Maybe a little bit of a generous mark. Watch the interior line. The Patriot defense get penetration. And there's Harrison right there in company. And there's Eddie George. Well, I don't know if that ball got up that. They marked it back just a little bit, but pretty darn close in there.
Eddie George so far, 6 carries, 20 yards. First down and 10 at the 47. Shadley Meyer crosses. Here's Eddie again. And this time he's tackled for a loss. Matt Chatham playing today in place of Willie McGinnis. You know, Eddie George on December 16th of last year had a great night against the Pats. He rushed 31 times for 101 yards and helped the Titans to a 24-7 win. And he's always criticized lately, especially, Brent, about his average yards per carry. But that can be a kind of a deceiving stat.
It can be a deceiving stat. But, Gus, we've got to be honest. This Titans run game hasn't been what it's been in the past this year. They've had problems with it. Looking to get it healthy today.
Here's McNair. Plenty of time to throw. Looking! Incomplete, intended for Mason. But there on the play, Eugene Wilson.
And you know what? Eugene Wilson, Gus, makes a great play. But Derek Mason's got to come back to that ball. It was floating in there. McNair threw it off his back foot. And he's just standing and waiting. Derek Mason knows better than that. Allows Eugene Wilson, who breaks on the ball, former corner, to get in there and break it up. When that ball's floating and you're a receiver, you can't just stand and wait for it to get to you. You've got to take another step back, get your hands back, and grab the ball.
3rd and 12 at the 45. Titans need to go to the New England 43 for a first down. Fans on their feet, rooting on the defense. McNair out of the shotgun to the sideline for Bennett. Incomplete. Flag on the play, though, on the opposite side of the field. Ty Law covering.
And I wonder if they're going to get Tyrone Poole for holding Justin McCarron's. Looked like there was some contact down the field.
And it will go against New England.
Illegal use of hands to the face. Defense number 38. 5-yard penalty and a first down.
Boyd gets that automatic first down with the hands to the face as a backbreaker, especially 3rd and 12. And Tyrone Poole's been a great addition to this secondary, but he got to keep those hands down. Let's watch right here. And it's actually low.
For Tyrone Poole, who played in Denver the last couple of years, real speedy defensive back. Called for the penalty, 1st and 10 at midfield for Tennessee. McNair to the sideline again, throws this one on the mark. And it's Mason who turns it up, gets the first down, a gain of 17, but another flag on the play at the 35-yard line of New England.
And that was a big-time job by Steve McNair, hanging in the pocket and stepping up and making that throw down the field. A lot of Patriot pressure thus far. Tied for the lead in sacks.
Illegal contact. Defense number 37. The penalties decline. The play results in a first down.
Rodney Harrison.
And you know what, Gus? One of the things that you're going to see is a much more aggressive play, more man-to-man play from this Patriots defensive secondary. That's because they've got to get pressure on the quarterback. How do you do that? You do that by blitzing. You got to man up outside.
Another successful drive taking place for Tennessee. 1st and 10 at the 33. Patriots showing blitz. Now they back out of it. This time it's Robert Holcomb, backup tailback, rushing the ball to the 32. Richard Seymour with the tackle. Phil Simms and Boomer Esiason weigh in on the hot topics every week. This week, Phil talks about the toughness of Cordell Stewart, while Boomer addresses Terrell Owens' outburst. It's only at NFL.com or at NFL on AOL. Now, you're a former San Francisco 49er. What do you think about what's going on with T.O. out there?
I love the discussion this morning on the NFL Today. I think Boomer made the most significant point. It's what he said afterwards, pointing the fingers at his teammates and his quarterback that really hurt him.
Second down and 8 at the 31. Ninth play of the drive. Here's McNair going for the home run, incomplete. Ty Law locked up. One-on-one coverage with Justin McCarrans. Ty Law is one of the best in the business.
And there's some people around the league right now that think Ty Law is playing as good as any corner is in the league. Of course, been to the Pro Bowl more than a few years, the last couple years in a row, and you see him just blanketing McCarrans down the sideline.
3-time Pro Bowler. First-round draft pick out of Michigan back in 1995. 3rd down and 8 at the 31. And the Titans need to go to the New England 23. McNair underneath. Mason with the catch. He won't get there, though. Chopped down immediately by Eugene Wilson, who's having a terrific start to this game.
Well, we've got some young safeties in this game. Eugene Wilson for the Pats and Tank Williams for the Titans that are really bringing the heat out there. Let's watch. You see him just drive on that ball. Right when he reads past Gus, he steps up, drives off that back foot, wraps up and makes the tackle, and keeps Mason from getting that first down.
So this time it's Gary Anderson, 22-year veteran in the NFL, in to attempt a 43-yard field goal. It's up. And good. What a tandem. Hendrick and Anderson. And now the Titans take a 6-0 lead on the road. Tennessee with a 6-0 lead with 3:06 to go in the first quarter. Gus Johnson along with Brett Jones from beautiful Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. As you take a look at the scoring drive. Hendrick ready to send it away. Bethel Johnson, Patrick Bass are back deep, standing at the 5. This time it will be Johnson from the 15-yard line. And Johnson up to the 31 before being knocked backwards. It's a 16-yard return. And Bill Belichick is looking for a little more from his Patriot offense. Tonight on CBS, Catherine Morris stars in TV's most watched new drama. Don't miss Cold Case tonight after 60 minutes on CBS. First down at 10 at the 31-yard line. for the Patriots, down 6-zip. Here's Antoine Smith running, and he gains about 3 yards. And for the Tennessee Titans defense, there are a couple guys we need to keep an eye on.
There's a couple of young guys making some things happen. How about Rocky Boyman last week? Big tackle in the end zone for a safety, and then making a very athletic grab. Look at him bounce up, get down the field, touchdown return. And a guy that was all over the field as well, Tank Williams, number 25, blocked a field goal, made some big hits, big passes defense. A couple of young players.
Second down and 7. Here's another handoff to Smith. And he gets to the 35, making the 36. You don't know very much about the Who, do you?
Yeah,
you didn't even know that song.
You know, it's not even in my generation. But speaking of these Titans young players, I think the kids are all right over on that side of the ball. And the other thing I think we're going to see a lot of Antoine Smith today inside those tackles.
Look at the time of possession. Very significant thus far. 10 minutes for Tennessee. Only 2:52 for New England. Third down 5 at the 36. Patriots with the empty backfield. Fourier comes in motion. Brady looking underneath, and it's caught. Larry Centers out of the backfield. First down New England. It's a gain of 10.
And Larry Centers, one of the best receiving fullbacks in history of the NFL. Watch him coming out of the backfield, little Texas route, little out, get Keith Bullock moving outside, come back underneath. Keith Bullock, a great linebacker, not as adept in coverage, and you see Larry Centers getting a little shake and bake outside, come back underneath, give your quarterback a big target.
His 14th reception of the season. Brady to throw again. Looking and incomplete. His arm is going forward.
And if any place that knows the tuck rule,
it's New England.
That's right. And it's not a bad memory here. It's a good memory. And once that arm starts moving forward, you see it, even though he pulled it back down and spun around. Incomplete pass. You know, it's funny, I don't remember any tuck plays for my whole career, and I bet I've seen 5 or 6 in the last 3 or 4 years.
Last 3 or 4 years. Second and 10 at the 47. Jeff Fisher on the sideline told us that Javon Curse could have 3 sacks today. And some movement on the line of scrimmage.
When Carlos Hall hits Tom Brady after the whistle. Maybe it wasn't intentional, but Brady gets a little frustrated.
Remember, Brady's playing with that tender right elbow.
False start. Offense number 80. 5-yard penalty. Remains second down.
I guess one of the big reasons that the Patriots need to stick with the run today throughout the game is they've got to keep Javon Curse off their quarterback. How do you keep a great pass rushing team off your quarterback? You pound them with your big tackles. You run the ball right at them. You beat them up. So in the second half, they're worn down. They're tired. That's why you've got to keep the running game going. That's why I expect a lot of Antoine Smith today.
Second down and 15 at the 42. Here's Brady in the pocket, looking deep. He's got a receiver, Troy Brown! Touchdown, New England!
And what a spectacular job of Tom Brady picking up Troy Brown late. He one-on-one against the safety. Brady steps up. You see Troy Brown running right by Lance shoulders. The only question is, does Tom Brady have the time to step up and throw the ball? And he does. Delivers it right over the outside shoulder. Big play. And that's one of the things that the Patriot offense has missed this year, the big play down the field.
Adam Vinatieri in to attempt the extra point. It's up and good. Tom Brady with the heady play. And the New England Patriots take a 7-6 lead. New England England with the 7-6 lead. Troy Brown from Tom Brady.
And watch Tom Brady buy time, pushing off Dan Copen right there. You see, he sees Troy Brown one-on-one against Schulters, but he had nowhere to step up. So he pushes Copen forward, ricochets off right there. See the push forward, moves his feet sideways and gets something into the throw. He had seen Troy Brown one-on-one versus Schulters. You take that every time.
And that's the first quarter touchdown for the Patriots in 7 games. Shafino dragged out from behind at the 40, a flag on the play. Special teams tackle made by Gerard Cherry. And it will go against Tennessee.
Brennan return, holding. Number 55 of the return team. 10-yard penalty. First down.
Brad Castle.
Because here's Lance Schulters and here's Troy Brown. And Lance Schulters is going to sit right here because the Patriots don't run a lot of deep routes. And Troy Brown just goes right by him. That's what teams have been doing against the Patriots. They haven't thrown the ball downfield as much. So safeties say, I'm going to sit at 12, 14 yards and just wait for him to come across my face.
As you take a look at the drive, the first touchdown of the season for Troy Brown, the little general. First and 10 at the 21. The fans back in this one now. McNair to the sideline, broken up by Ty Law. Ty Law reaching around and redirecting the football.
And you've got to just be so impressed with Ty Law and the tight coverage of the New England Patriots secondary. Here he is, man-to-man against Drew Bennett on the outside. Going to go into his back pedal. Watch him come out of that break. You see that explosion, Gus, out of the break? It gets back in, gets the off arm across the body because you can reach further with your off arm. You get an extra 6 inches of extension.
Second down and 10 at the 21 for the Titans. Eddie George in the backfield. Here he is. And he is mugged at the 21-yard line. First man to him, Roman Pfeiffer. It's been a while since Tennessee's defense has been scored on in the first quarter.
Actually,
last year, it came on this Tommy Maddox 72-yard bomb to Hines Ward. Pittsburgh came close last week but was held to a field goal. So Jeff Fisher watches from the sideline. And take a look. Third down conversions. Tennessee 2 of 4. Third down and 9 at the 22. Here's McNair under pressure. And he's sacked. Steve McNair goes down. Anthony Pleasant shut the gap and brought down the Tennessee quarterback. A loss of 12.
And I think you're going to see the pressure. Watch Tyrone pull. Brad Hopkins goes out to pull right here, and nobody blocks Anthony Pleasant, who's a big-time veteran, gets right in there, and McNair, trying to get away, gets sacked by Pleasant.
And that is the end of the first quarter with the score. New England 7, Tennessee 6, and we'll be back right after this. 6 seconds remaining in the first. All right, 6 seconds remaining in the quarter. Hendrick, 3 yards deep in his own end zone, the punt. Gets it away, high, spiraling kick. Troy Brown at midfield, signals for the fair catch. And it's fair caught at the 45, a 46-yard punt. And now that takes us to the end of the first quarter with the score. The Patriots 7, the Titans 6. We'll return to Gillette Stadium right after this message. The New England Patriots, the 2001 world champions, defeating St. Louis in the Super Bowl. Patriots with the ball at their own 45, first down and 10. Out of the I formation, Antoine Smith, the deep man. Play action, Brady with time to throw. Checks off to Fourier, wide open. Here's his tight end, and Fourier gets out of bounds inside Tennessee territory after a gain of 17. Lance Schulters with the tackle.
And guys, this is what Tom Brady does so well. Watch him stand through, and he reads down the field, deep to short, looks right, looks middle, and then just checks it down to his tight end all alone on the sideline. Fourier getting some positive yards down the left sideline. Tom Brady, one of his greatest attributes, game management and decision making.
And the Titans have a lot of respect for Tom Brady. They call him the program quarterback. He's like a machine, they say. 1st and 10 at the 38. Antoine Smith with running room. And he leans forward inside the 35. Lance Schulters with the tackle. Coming up on the next halftime report, join Jim, Dion, Dan, and the Boom. Boomer Esiason for all the scores and highlights. That's coming up on the next halftime report.
You know, we talked about Tom Brady at the top of the show. 7 interceptions and the 2 pass losses. And I think what he's done is he's tried to force the ball. He's been trying to force those big plays. Sometimes you just have to let them happen.
Here's Antoine. And Antoine Smith, maybe a yard, taken down by Keith Bullock.
And Gus, so important to keep running the ball. And I'm sure if you're a Patriot fan, sometimes you're going to be sitting at home today going, why are they running in that situation? They've got to take the edge off of these great defensive linemen, these pass rushers of the Tennessee Titans. Charlie Weiss, he understands that. He's got to tire them out, wear them down so they can't come after his quarterback with a full head of steam. And so they're going to continue to try to pound it at this Titans defense with a lot of Antoine Smith and pick their spots to throw the ball.
Antoine Smith with 14 carries for 56 yards last week versus the Redskins. 3rd down and 5 at the 33. And some movement on the offensive line, on the line of scrimmage rather. Let's see if it's against Tennessee or New England.
I thought James Atkins, 96, might have been the first guy moving, but he might have been drawn off. He clearly got into the neutral zone. Of course, you always try to argue your case when you're a player, and the officials, they don't listen to you.
Ball start. Offense number 63. 5-yard penalty. Repeat 3rd down.
It's Joe Andruzzi who's playing right guard today.
Let's see who moves first. Boy, that's almost tied.
Joe Andruzzi.
That was a pick'em right there.
Playing right guard today. He's normally a left guard. Damian Woody is normally a right guard, and they flip-flop. Why does something like that happen?
Well, it's injuries along the offensive line. This Patriot team last week had 9 starters out, so they've been juggling and moving guys to different spots. And defense, they've gone from the 3-4 to the 4-3 and back. And makeshift, make it happen. You got to come in and do your job.
On 3rd down and 10, Brady looking, dumps it off to Antoine Smith, who barrels forward looking for the 1st down. He's close. Keith Bullock brings him down, and let's see the spot. They needed to go to the 28.5-yard line, and he's inches short from our vantage point.
And guess one of the most important things, when you catch the ball over the middle of the field, don't hesitate. It looks like Antoine Smith just takes a little bit of a hesitation move. See him running sideways? Go north and south. Lateral doesn't work. North and south gets the 1st down. And just that 1 or 2 step hesitation going right instead of forward probably cost him that extra foot that he needed for the 1st down. And, you know, that's a running back thing. And, you know, sometimes wide receivers, and you can't blame them because those guys are big play players. They want to make the big play. They're thinking touchdown. But you've got to get the 1st down first, and it's the little things that get you the 1st down. And that's take those first couple steps up the field.
So the Patriots need about a yard. Let's see what Bill Belichick decides to do, and I believe he's going to go for it. Yes, he will. Yes, he will. So the Patriots throwing caution to the wind here. They're 1 for 4 on 4th down conversion.
And I like this call. Trying to create some momentum at home.
What do you run in this kind of situation?
Well, I like the play action pass. The Titans are going to be thinking run. They're going to think Antoine Smith inside. Probably going to load up the middle of the field. Little fake inside. Hit one of your backs or receivers outside.
4th down and 1 at the 29. Deion Branch in motion. Play action. Brady scrambling, and he's sacked. The Titans brought everybody, and Tank Williams gets to him first. A loss of 12. So New England gambles, and it doesn't pay off. Tennessee will have it on offense right after this. To say Jeff Fisher is an emotional coach would be an understatement. He's a player's coach and a fiery general on the sideline. 1st and 10 for his Titans at the 41. McNair underneath, incomplete. Aaron Kenny, the intended receiver. Teddy Bruschi in coverage.
You know, it just seems like this Titans offense is a little out of sync, and I'm sure Jeff Fisher is a little concerned thus far, and not as much success, I'm sure, as he would like to see running the ball. And it just seems like this Belichick style of defense, the confusion, the different fronts, the man looks and zone coverage behind it, the zone looks and man coverage, blitzes coming from outside, Tyrone Poole, linebackers, all those different things can really confuse you.
2nd and 10 at the 41. Here's a draw play. Eddie George caught in the backfield and wrestled down by Dan Klecko. A loss of 3. Always wrestling in New York is Jim Nantz.
All right, fellas, we have an update on...
All right, a big touchdown for Tony Gonzalez. One of the great matchups in the league this week. Kansas City and Denver. 3rd down, 13 for the Titans at the 18. They need to go to the New England 49. McNair looks for Holcomb. Has him. He won't get it, though. Robert Holcomb, gang tackle at the 42, leading the way. Rookie Asante Samuel out of Central Florida. It's a 4-yard gain.
And you got to talk so much about the pressure that McNair's been getting, and here he actually has time to throw the ball. The coverage downfield is great. And when you put teams in 3rd and 13 situations, that Dan Klecko sack that play before was so important. That tackle for a lost yard puts you in tough conversion spots.
Dan Klecko, the son of former Jet great Joe Klecko. Hendricks sends it away. High spiraling kick. Troy Brown feeling it at the 24. Breaks it back. Looking for a seam. Troy Brown running, and he goes down at the 29-yard line. A 35-yard punt and a 7-yard return. Darren Hill gets it. And here comes Tom Brady. Welcome back, and the Patriots holding on to a slim lead, 7-6. 1st down and 10 at the 30-yard line for New England. Antoine Smith running up the left side with a blocker. Hops forward and gets to the 35, where Keith Bullock is waiting. Thursday on CBS, critics say Survivor Pearl Island is entertaining and addictive this week. And her Survivor First, you won't believe what one tribe will steal from the other. Find out on the smash hit Survivor, Thursday at 8/7 Central on CBS. 2nd down, 5 at the 35 for the Pats. Tank Williams creeping to the line of scrimmage. Draw play, Antoine Smith. Antoine all the way up to midfield. It's Twan time in New England. A gain of 14. Carlos Hall drags him down.
And guess what the Patriots are doing? They have 3 wide receivers out. They've got Tennessee in their nickel defense. Look at the push. Look at the holes outside for Antoine Smith. Keith Bullock has a shot at him. Antoine Smith runs right by him. Little double team on Kevin Carter, and you see the hands inside. That's not holding, and Antoine Smith getting up in the hole against this nickel defense.
Another handoff to Smith, and Antoine Smith rushes to the 46. It's a gain of 4. Antoine Smith, 7 carries, 52 yards thus far. And here's a young man that started his career in Buffalo, fell out of favor with Wade Wilson and the staff. Has rushed for 1,000 yards for this New England squad, close to 1,000 last year, 980. 2nd and 6 at the 44. Antoine again. Antoine still rumbling. Antoine Smith down to the Tennessee 36. Tank Williams with the tackle, but it's a gain of 9.
Antoine Smith just looks a step quicker to me today. And of course, he's a very physical back. He just seems like his foot speed just a little quicker through the hole, and it looks like this Patriot offense is going to stick with the 3 wides, run the ball against the Titans' nickel defense. The Titans haven't shown thus far that they can stop Antoine Smith.
1st down and 10 at the 36. He had 4 100-yard games in 2001 as they went on to win the Super Bowl. Brady pumping, looking the other way. Incomplete. Intended for Troy Brown. Now let's go to New York. Jim Nantz for an NFL update.
All right, we've got an update here, Gus and Brett, on the Dolphins and the Giants. Watch, they over-pursue here on Ricky Williams. What a setup. It's McKnight, it's Miami, and he's going to break it. Beautiful piece of running here. It's 68 yards on all, his first career rushing touchdown. On the end around, 10-7, Miami, second quarter. Back to you two.
Well, you got to love that off the Ricky Williams counter, which you have to stop when you play the Dolphins, and they did the reverse off of it, and I think the whole Giant defense was keying on Ricky there.
First down, make it second down and 10 at the 36. Here's Troy Brown. And Troy gang tackled at the 30. After a 6-yard gain. Troy Brown just knows how to get open, Brent.
He does, and you know what, Gus? Not only that, he knows how to get yards after the catch. He just makes himself thin, slides in between crevices, little windows, and gets that extra yardage right there. It looked like he was going to get 2 or 3 and ends up getting 8. And Tom Brady looks like he's in complete control. We saw him throw the ball on Friday, and it didn't look like his elbow was bothering him one bit.
Third down 4 at the 30. Brady 6 of 11, 115 yards and 1 touchdown. Poirier, the tight end in motion. Brady looking. Flag on the play. Brady sacked at the 35 by Rocky Boyman. Could be a holding penalty coming up against
And I don't know.
New England.
And there might be against Tennessee, and I'm seeing it.
And it is. Wow.
Boy, and that's rarely called in that situation.
Illegal use of hands to the face. Defense, number 96. 5-yard penalty. And a first down.
That's James Atkins, who has replaced Albert Hainsworth at the defensive tackle spot.
Boy, and what a crushing penalty. And, of course, Tom Brady having all day to throw. And here's the shot by Atkins. You see his left arm on the face mask. And what a big penalty against the Titans.
First and 10 at the 25, Antoine Smith. And he's tackled by Tank Williams, the first man to him.
But did you notice the last play, how much time Tom Brady had to throw the ball?
Certainly did have a lot of time.
And early
that's why I thought it was a holding penalty.
Well, early in this game, he wasn't even coming close to having that much time. And a lot of it's been this run blocking of the New England Patriots offensive line. They're wearing down those big pass rushers of the Titans. They're going after him. They're putting him down the field. They're being aggressive in their blocks, and that's taking a lot of the edge off the pass rush.
Second down 9 at the 24. Brady underneath Smith, and he's chopped down at the 21 by Keith Bullock.
And when you talk about the Titans defense, you've got to talk about Keith Bullock. And we saw Antoine Smith get by him a few plays ago. Keith Bullock says, no way, we're not doing that again. Look into the eyes of Tom Brady, see what he's looking downfield, looking, and there comes Antoine Smith underneath. There's Bullock, great tackle. Hang on, make the big play, and Keith Bullock is the energetic leader of this Titans defense all over the field. Leading tackler last year, and most likely will be this year. He is everywhere.
Third down 6 at the 21. Patriots 1 of 3 on third down conversions today. They need to go to the 15. Brady out of the shotgun, steps up to the sideline. Broken up at the last moment. Nicely done by Woolfolk, the first-round pick out of Oklahoma. And he is in now for Samari Rolle, who has an elbow injury and is questionable on his return.
You know, the Patriots felt like they could pick on Woolfolk today in the nickel coverage. And you see Woolfolk do a nice job of driving back to the ball, getting that off arm in to deflect it away from Troy Brown.
Brings on Adam Vinatieri, who missed a 34-yarder earlier. This one from 39 yards away. It's down, up, and no good. Wow. One of the NFL's most accurate kickers has missed 2. 1-point game. Rough first half for Adam Vinatieri. He's missed 34 and 39-yard field goals, and he had made 33 in a row from under 40 coming into today's game. Tennessee takes over. First and 10 at the 29. Eddie George. And Eddie goes over the 30 to the 32. Bobby Hamilton with the tackle. Tuesday on CBS, everyone thinks this Navy commander died in a drug deal gone bad, except Navy NCIS. Mark Harmon stars in the new hit series from the creator of Jag. Don't miss an all-new Navy NCIS Tuesday at 8, 7 Central on CBS. Mark Harmon, former quarterback at UCLA. Big winners yesterday over Washington.
39 unanswered points in the second half, I understand.
Wow. 2nd and 7 at the 32. To the sideline, McNair incomplete. And his receiver, Derek Mason, slipping out of his break. Ty Law there anyway.
We've seen the turf come up along the sidelines here on this side. And Derek Mason slipped coming back to the ball. And I'm sure Steve McNair's thinking right now, what do I have to do to get a completion? You've got to give credit to this Patriots secondary. They are quicker, playing tighter coverage than I remember them playing in the last several years. And the speed on defense, and especially in the secondary, is very apparent right now.
3rd down 7 at the 32. They need to go to the 39 for a first down. Patriots back off. McNair underneath, batted down to the line of scrimmage. Incomplete. Teddy Bruschi got a hand on the ball.
Boy, you can't say enough about Teddy Bruschi and what he brings to this team. And injuries all over, offensively and defensively. But number 54, he is always in the mix. You see him on a check blitz right there. The back blocks. He's in a blitz and does a great job of timing that throw by Steve McNair.
And that's the 3rd consecutive 3-and-out for Tennessee. As the Titans prepare to punt, Hendrick at his own 19. Troy Brown back deep at the 24. Spiraling kick. He got all of this one. Brown backpedaling from the 10. Brown steps it up. Still running. Troy Brown! Watch out! Troy Brown! Flag on the play. This may come back. Troy Brown down the sideline. But let's see. There's a flag at the 28.
And then Gus, the official wouldn't be standing right there unless it was going to go against the Patriots. He would have ran down and been talking to some of the others, explaining it. I'm wondering if Craig Hendrick got held or blocked in the back, because he stopped right at the spot.
An 89-yard return.
Boy, it sure was beautiful by Troy Brown. We talked about him getting slim and being able to run after the catch. This one after the punt.
During the return, illegal back to the back. Number 22 to return to him. 5-yard penalty. Correction, 10-yard penalty.
So they bring it all the way back. And the Patriots will start inside their own 20. And welcome back, 7-6. New England with the lead. They call back the Troy Brown punt return. And I don't know, Brett, I didn't see anything.
They're going to call Asante Samuel right here. Watch 22 into your screen. He's going to make a perfectly legal block using his shoulders. That's the call. That is horrible. If that's the call, I am furious if I'm a Patriots fan, because that was a touchdown.
First down and 10 at the 19. For the Patriots. Play action. Brady looking downfield. Branch. And he lost it in the sun. He lost it in the sun. Branch wide open, but he just couldn't see it.
Boy, and I think you called it, Gus, and a yard and a half or 2 yards in this league is wide open. Tom Brady seeing the single coverage outside against Dyson. Little stop and go. And look at the speed on Branch, and he's looking back. The ball's up here. It almost hit him in the hands. And that's so tough when that sun's out in the shadows, but you got to get your head back and look up instead of at the field level. You got to raise your eyes, because that ball could already be in the air.
Dion only in his second year out of Louisville. 2nd and 10 at the 19. To the sideline. Larry centers with the grab. And Larry gets to the 24. And it's a pickup of 5. Lance Schulters brings him down.
And guess when they called that punt return back by Troy Brown, this crowd went crazy.
For two different reasons.
Yeah, if
though.
you're watching at home, you don't usually cheer penalties against your own team that bring back a touchdown.
If you're watching at home, you know why they were cheering, because the Red Sox had just got on the board with I think a Johnny Damon home run or something. So the fans here are paying attention to the game on the field as well as the highlights of the Red Sox-A's game going on at Fenway in Boston.
The only time you'll hear a touchdown call back at home cheered like that.
Third down 5 at the 24. Center is incomplete. That one right off his hands, and the Patriots will be forced to punt it away with 3:18 remaining in the first half.
And a blitz by Keith Bullock putting pressure on Tom Brady. Didn't have enough time to set his feet. That ball delivered outside. And we talked about Bullock being all over the field. Lots of tackles, lots of pressure, and the field general, this Titans defense.
Ken Walter stands at the 9-yard line, his first punt of the game. Justin McCarron's back deep at the 34. And Walters goes down. No flag on the play, though.
And that would only be, if he's down by contact, it would only be if one of the Titans got blocked into him. And I think he was already going down. Great bit of acting, though. You see nobody touch him, and he just goes down.
But more importantly, he punted it only 20 yards.
Well, that was a good non-call. We got on the officials about the New England touchdown. That was a good non-call right there.
So Tennessee takes over with excellent field position at the New England 44-yard line. First down and 10. Here comes the blitz. McNair down the sideline. Broken up by Tyrone Poole. Intended for Mason.
And one of the things, Gus, I like about Tyrone Poole, watch the tight coverage, but watch him get his head around and make a play on the ball. Watching the receiver, all of a sudden, you see his head snap back, that allows him to pick up the ball, turn around, and make a play like he's a receiver. So many times in this league, we see DBs with great coverage, they never get their head around. You got to practice that, snap that head back.
Second and 10 at the 44. McNair under pressure, bounces out of the pocket, just dumps it. Nobody even close to the football.
And they're saying right now, is Steve McNair outside the tackle box? The officials are talking about it because if he wasn't outside the tackle box, it's going to be intentional grounding. They're discussing it right now.
There is no foul for intentional grounding. The quarterback was out of the pocket, and the ball was thrown past the line of scrimmage. Third down.
Boy, and Steve McNair, if he gets out of that pocket, which is the tackle box, he gets out just in time. Here it is. Let's see. And it moves, and maybe, he might have had a half a step outside. Titans get a break on that one because that was close, and that's exactly what the officials were talking about. Good job, right again. They're on top of that. They've gotten 2 out of the last 3 right.
Third down and 10 at the 44. They need to go to the 34 for first down. Here comes the corner blitz. Harrison picked up. McNair looking for McCarron. Got it! Justin McCarron's down at the 1. What a catch. What a route.
And Gus, we got to fight back in the pile right by where Steve McNair threw the ball. Flags down, but what an unbelievable job by Steve McNair, staying in the pocket, stepping up and hitting McCarron's. And McCarron's, I have never seen a receiver to adjust like that while the ball is in the midair. He ran right by Ty Law when the ball was halfway there and snuck back out.
A 43-yard gain.
What a throw, what a grab by McCarron's, and what tremendous speed. I can't believe that he could accelerate that fast and go right by Law at that point in the play.
Personal foul. Unnecessary roughness, number 93 of the defense. Penalized half the distance to the goal. and a first down.
So Richard Seymour called for the unnecessary roughness penalty.
And watch the pressure coming outside. Rodney Harrison blitz. Pocket collapse, and McNair takes a big shot. You see him deliver the ball. Look at that adjustment outside. Ty Law had McCarron's covered, and he just went right by him. Caught it over the outside, inside shoulder right there. And just missed getting into the end zone. But what an adjustment. And you see that Ty Law touches him just before that ball crosses the plane. McCarron's would have had a touchdown.
So the Titans have it first down and goal at the New England 1. 2:35 to go in the first half. Double tight ends. Eddie George, the lone setback. Here's Eddie. Does he get in? No. Eddie George stopped.
Boy, and you can't
Looks like Dan Klecko got him.
And speaking of Dan Klecko, I think he's the one that drilled Steve McNair on that last pass play. Put a big licking on him. McNair stood in there. You talk about toughness. Here comes Klecko. Helmet right under the right arm. What a shot.
Brings up second down goal at the 1. And that brings us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to go. New England up, but Tennessee is knocking on the door. The Tennessee Titans are inches away from 6 points. But they are faced with second down and goal at the 1-yard line. Gillette Stadium, close to 70,000 in attendance. To watch the Patriots and the Titans. A little discussion on the sideline between Bill Belichick and the officials. I wonder what he could be talking about.
Still probably not happy about that call on Troy Brown's punt return. And he's just getting a timeout, a chance to voice his opinion. And the other thing is, maybe Coach Belichick realizes his defense is a little tired. Sometimes this is a ploy to give your guys an extra breather. Get your guys freshened up down there. And
while we're waiting for Coach Belichick, coming up on the next halftime report, join Jim, Dion, Dan, and Boomer for all the scores and highlights that's coming up on the next halftime report. Coach Belichick's such a great guy. He knew we had to get that final promo in before halftime.
One of our favorites.
He decided to hold up the game a little bit.
He's one of our favorites, and one of our all-time favorites, Jeff Fisher, who does the goodest job with the media as any coach in the National Football League. We always look forward to
Goodest?
Did I say that?
Yes, you did.
The best. Did I say goodest? Jeez.
That's Santa Clara education.
Me and Dion have been hanging out together.
Oh, now you're going to rip my man.
That's my guy.
Oh, you get out of here. That was Bush League, buddy.
That's how we've been talking in the locker room.
But here we go.
Watch the tight ends, Gus, on this. Little play action. Aaron Kinney caught a touchdown last week. Shad Meyer. This is the time to fake it inside and pop open the tight end.
Aaron Kinney is the tight end at the top of your screen. Meyer in motion. McNair leans forward. Touchdown, Tennessee. Touchdown, Tennessee, as McNair goes with the quarterback sneak. And the Titans take a 12-7 lead.
Well, that's bigger and tougher than most fullbacks I know. Look at the right sideline, the push in. All you have to do, break the plane. Steve McNair does that.
So there's Steve McNair with the 1-yard touchdown run. His first touchdown run this season. High snap handled. Gary Anderson gets it up, and it's good. A minute and 58 remaining in the second quarter. Tennessee takes a 13-7 lead. Great night of television. CBS Monday begins with Yes Dear and Still Standing. Then it's the Emmy Award-winning Best Comedy, Everybody Loves Raymond, and then the new hit comedy, 2.5 Men, followed by Monday's #1 drama, CSI Miami, plus an all-new Late Show with David Letterman. Monday here on CBS, America's most watched network.
I didn't say goodest, did I? I'm going to go to the tape. I thought I said as good as. I got to enunciate a little better.
Yeah.
Hey, but you know what? Well, that's true. The guys in the locker room talk different than they do out on the street, let me tell you. Anything goes in the locker room.
Well, I'm sure you know. You were there for so many years with the 49ers. But the Patriots want to get something cooking before the end of the first half. Bethel Johnson back to pass back deep. This is Johnson from his own goal line. And Johnson gets over the 20 and falls forward to the 24, a 22-yard return. Here's a question for you. Which quarterback not projected to start in 2003 is having the best season thus far? Mark Bolger, Tim Couch, Gus Frerotte, Doug Johnson, Byron Leftwich, or Vinny Testaverde? Cast your vote at NFL.com.
It's one of these two guys. Gus Frerotte had a big week. I'd go with Bolger. I crossed out the bottom part. And you know what? I don't even need to explain why.
Yeah, well, Jacksonville over 4.
If you watch the NFL, you know.
Yes, and Vinny Testaverde and the Jets struggling as well. First down and 10 at the 23. A minute 52 to go. New England with 2 timeouts remaining. Here's Brady. And he's tackled from behind. Loose ball. Let's see who has it. And the Patriots hold on.
Boy, what a break there. Joe Andruzzi. And Tom Brady has to know that you're not playing the Redskins, you're playing the Titans. And if you have a lot of time in the pocket, that clock is ticking because you're going to eventually take a shot. Javon Curse
and Kevin Carter both getting to him.
There you go. That's a all-pro sandwich right there. And you see Andruzzi getting back on the ball. What a break for the Patriots.
Second and 16 at the 17. Here's the handoff to Centers. And Larry Centers over the 20 to the 22.
And the Patriots are just trying to burn some clock right there, and the Titans said, we're not going to take any of that. They're going to take the timeout.
And that sack by Javon Curse. He's now sacked 25 quarterbacks in his career. Next Saturday, how about this? Chris Leak leads the Gators in the Death Valley to jangle with Matt Mock and the Tigers of LSU. The action begins with Tim Brando and Spencer Tillman on Olympus College Football Today. For more, go to CBSSportsline.com. Ex-Gator Javon Curse has to be happy with his performance so far today, recording the sack. And as I told you earlier, Jeff Fisher told our crew that Javon could have between 2.5 and 3 sacks by the time this game is over.
Gotta love those coaches' predictions along the way. And I think one of the things that's been different about this matchup, the last time these two teams played, Tennessee pushed New England all over the field. You're seeing the Patriots answer back today. Getting a lot of pressure defensively, and their offensive line is doing a great job running against this nickel defense of the Titans as well.
Third down 10 at the 23. They need to go to the 33 for first down. Brady pumping, going for the home run. He's got Patton, and it's broken up. Dyson breaking it up. No flags on the play, and the Patriots are forced to punt.
And it looked like Dyson and Patton were smacking into each other a few times down the sideline. Let's watch David Patton. It looks like he's going to run by Dyson right here. And then comes back in, and that almost looked like David Patton leaned back in, and that's a receiver trick to try to buy time. You see that ball's going to be just a little short, so you go back in and go into the defender.
Walter, high, spiraling kick. McCarron's returning the punt. McCarron's down the sideline, and he gets over the 45 to the 47. A 45-yard punt and a 14-yard return. Antoine Harris with the tackle on special teams. 2 brothers, 1 kid, no grown-ups. Newsweek calls it the season's funniest new sitcom. Charlie Sheen stars in TV's most watched new comedy, 2.5 Men, Monday after Raymond on CBS.
Yes, Titans with 2 timeouts left, and when Steve McNair's been most effective this year, he's spread the ball around.
So where do they need to go to get in field goal range for either Hendrick or Gary Anderson?
Probably inside the 35 is what you're looking at.
So about 24 yards. First and 10 at the 47. McNair pumping, throwing, Bennett with the catch. And he's tackled behind the 40 by Rodney Harrison, but his forward progress gets him inside the 40.
You guys are almost in field goal range, and they're going to probably call play right here in the line of scrimmage.
And McNair stops the clock with 25 seconds to go.
You know, they kind of took their time getting up there. I thought they were going to go ahead and try to run a play. Of course, Steve McNair spiked it. second down, and with the amount of time left, you got 25 seconds, maybe you take a shot. Maybe you take a shot into the end zone or deep middle. Use that deep middle of the field. But you clearly want to at least push it down another 7 yards to get in real good range. Talk about being inside the 35.
You want now? No, time out.
Your kickers feel better inside the 25.
Timeout. New England. Their second, a 30-second timeout.
So New England has one timeout remaining. Gary Anderson warming up on the sideline. 22-year veteran. Just more field goals than any other player in the history of the league.
Just the NFL's all-time leading scorer on your team. That's going to make you feel a little confident, huh?
Not bad. And there's his counterpart, who is 4 for 4 this year.
And how about those 3 field goals opening weekend against the Raiders? Spectacular.
Second down 10 at the 38. As the Titans break to the line of scrimmage. Steve McNair out of the shotgun. Here's McNair looking for Bennett on the post. Incomplete. Covered by Ty Law.
Well, once again, Steve McNair getting pressure, not allowed to set his feet and get the throw and the accuracy, just throwing it a little bit over Drew Bennett, who had some room in the middle of the field to maneuver. And we talked about taking a crack down the field.
And Ty Law has come up a little lame.
And if Ty Law, of course, the Titans are looking at him right now. I go right back to Drew Bennett. Ty Law's limping. I test him. I don't know if he's baiting them to go after him, that sometimes guys do, but I'd go right to Drew Bennett deep.
Keep your eye on the bottom of your screen. Here's McNair. Underneath finds Mason. Mason looking to get out of bounds. Does he? Yes, he does. Inside the 30 with 11 seconds to go.
Boy, what a great effort by Derek Mason to get out of bounds. You know what that does? That gives your team one more crack. You're in field goal range, but that gives you have one timeout left. That gives your team another offensive play if you want it. Look at that effort. He will not go down, dives, gets that ball out of bounds, and he had 4 or 5 yards to go from the point at which he caught the ball.
Derek Mason, 5 catches, 51 yards in the first half of play.
And Gus, you mentioned Ty Law limping down there. I think if I was the Titans, I'd send Justin McCarron, who's got some wheels down there, and say, hey, let's take a crack at McCarron's one-on-one against Ty Law and see if his ankle is messed up.
How can you isolate him one-on-one?
Well, it depends on the coverage. If it's not man coverage without a cloud safety over the top, and it doesn't even matter. We're sitting here talking about the great point, and the Titans are going to go ahead and just kick it from this spot. And a big reason for that, it's 4th down. We didn't talk about the first down.
That is true. We didn't get it. The ball spotted.
And still one heck of an
at the 28.
And remember, the Titans have been known to have some trick plays up their sleeve. They've faked a few times out of punt formation this year.
So Gary Anderson is in to attempt a 46-yarder. He's good today from 43. 13-7, our score from Gillette Stadium here in Foxborough. Patriots coming off a loss last week at Washington. And the Titans coming off a win to improve their record to 3-1 last week at Pittsburgh. Their only loss coming at Indianapolis. A game in which the Colts basically just manhandled them.
A lot of the Titans told us that they felt like they were a little cocky, a little overconfident going into that Colts game. And Edgerrin James ran for 120 yards, and they just never got on track.
The plays being reviewed to determine a spot relative to a first down.
And remember, inside 2 minutes, guys, everything that's reviewable is reviewed, and that includes the spot. let's watch Derek Mason. And there's the marker, you see. And there's the dive. Boy, I don't know. It looks like the ball's right there. It's where the ball is when he heads out of bounds. It was beyond that. Boy, it sure looked like it got over it to me. Let's see. You see the orange marker right there. But you see this effort. There's the ball. It's clearly probably 1.5 to 2 feet beyond that stripe right there. They have it marked actually right in the middle of the stripe. And it's right where it went out of bounds. But you see how far upfield the ball is. It's right here. Here's the stripe. They have the ball marked right there. Boy, all they need is another few inches to get that first down, and that's awful close. I think they might move the ball up a little bit. You know, the problem is in the spot, the officials are usually right on top of that, and the replay sometimes is inconclusive. So that's why they're spending extra time reviewing this one.
Here's one more angle for you.
Let's see, he starts going backwards. Derek Mason makes a big mistake.
Looks like he had it.
Well, you know what? He's right there. And here's where they have the ball spotted. I think they're going to give it to him.
After review, the ruling on the field stands. The ball is placed short of the first down. Makes it 4th down.
I don't know. I still think, and it's tough.